Strongly cautioned, the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
Thursday. Welcome back, y'all. We have this fucking badass band that we've been telling y'all about. How you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Really good.
Fantastic. So the way that we run this, we kind of play a little game with y'all. You got questions between 1 and 83. You can either roll the dice or you can pick a number. But all of y'all got to answer the fucking question because all y'all are probably going to have different answers. So we're going to have all y'all answer it. So no one's spared at all. So now you just got to decide which one of you is going to go first.
Let's go, Eric.
I'm in. What do you want me to do? Pick a number?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Or roll the dice.
Oh, we're picking a number, and I'm going to pick 21.
21 it is. What is the best band memorabilia that you think your fans would want to collect?
Best band memorabilia? Well, I'm from Chicago, so I'm a big fan of hoodies.
Hell yeah. Well, hoodies are just fucking awesome. So, yeah.
Go hoodie all day.
Hoodies all day, huh?
Expensive as shit. Like me, I'm a pick guy. I collect picks. So it's like, that's what I want is a fucking pick.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely picks. I like picks too.
Yeah, pick. Like we've heard picks. Like I've got a buddy of mine who works in the industry and he collects drum heads. So every band that he works with, he wants a small drum head and he gets it signed and puts it in a shadow box and puts it in his office.
That's pretty cool.
And he's got hundreds.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, hundreds of drum heads that are signed.
Yeah. I don't have the room for that. So,
right?
You could just like, here you go. I got a little bag of guitar picks right here.
Yeah, drum heads, broken guitar strings into bracelets, cymbals. We've done it all.
The Fret 12 actually has this really cool thing they do now. They have like this little figure where you can collect the trimmings of your guitar. When you restring your guitar, you take it and you stiff, like it's almost like stitching a doll with the old guitar strings. So it's like they call them like string man or something like that, but it's really freaking cool.
Yeah, it's called Voodoo.
What's that?
All right.
Shit.
Oh, that person's on with hoodies. I don't know who that was.
Yeah, I've also heard of like a lot of people. I know a lot of people like collect set lists.
I do. I have set lists. If you look at my studio, I collect autographs. So, and then it's like all the, but then you've got set list, man. If you can get a good set list, it's weird because nowadays why do even people need set lists? They have in-ears and it's all queued up in their ears. Just in case it
Some
breaks.
people still like it the old way. They still like it there.
Yeah,
nostalgic.
Yeah, my big thing's always been picks. Like any band I work with, if I get to work with them at a festival or something, like just give me a pick and I'm fucking happy.
Do you remember all of them where they came from?
I'm gonna buy your merch. Give me a pick.
Hey, that's a pick.
Yeah, it's smart. It has it on there. You don't even have to.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, just give me a pick. I've got a book that's got like spots that have picks cut out, and you just place it in the fucking book.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, kind of like the little coin thing, right? You put the little quarter in a little hole.
Same idea, but it's for picks. So every band that I work with, if they send me a pick or give me a pick, I put it in that little fucking book. And
is it like fit or is it kind of like a sleeve?
It's more like a sleeve because
they're all different sizes.
Yeah. It's like me. Like I'm this rare thing that I'm a bass player, but I play with a pick. I don't use my fingers. I play with a pick.
I do these little, it's blurry, like these little Jazz 3 picks. They're super tiny. Yeah, so I'm gonna say they don't really fit.
Well, see, like I like stuff that's like super flimsy and very lightweight. Like I know a lot of bass players, as far as like picks, a lot of them play with like really thick stuff. I don't. I like mine flimsy. I like a lot of play in it because there's a lot of stuff that I'll do like tremolo, and I know that's weird for a bass player, but
yeah,
I do it. So like I like it to be flimsy. I like it to be lightweight because when you use those stiff ones, they tend to fucking break. And I play like 6-string basses, and those strings will bust them bitches in a minute.
Yeah, I do a 1.5 or a 2, but I find like when you're doing arpeggios or any kind of like sweep picking, they're just so much smoother than just like a flimsy pick. It's like back in the day I was like I had like these stupid really thin picks and I was like, this is how you like shred. I'm like, it doesn't work.
I don't want to do it no more.
Not work that way.
I got you. All right, so who wants to go next?
All right, I'll go. Roll the dice since you just pulled a number.
Oh.
All right. Roll we go with.
We don't even know what this consists of.
Number 12. If you could hold a concert that is sold out overseas and in the U.S., where would those two places be?
Ooh, gosh. Overseas is hard because I haven't been to any concerts overseas, but I know Germany.
Overseas, so I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah, I mean, Germany, I know they have some really kick-ass venues out there. My brother's been to a couple Pearl Jam concerts out there. So I would have to phone a friend for that one. But here, sold out venue, man. Gosh.
I would love to play or even go to Red Rock.
Red Rock? Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
We've had that one a lot.
That would be pretty cool. Carlos, Charlie, you're muted, buddy. Now you're unmuted. Did you forget to unmute him, guys? Your headphones might not working.
Yeah, we can't hear him at all.
We didn't.
No.
He's like, what the hell?
Remember when before this we were talking about like technical people that are not capable of doing certain things, getting their headphones working.
I can hear you.
Can't hear you.
Go to your settings. Hit settings and check your audio. He's saying, rah, rah, rah. All right. So for me, while he's fixing that, I mean, I would love to play Wrigley Field.
Okay.
It's a sold out concert. It can be anywhere.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, I've been to a lot of concerts there, and I grew up there. I'm out in Tampa now, but man, I've been to a lot of concerts there, and just being on that field, Eric, I mean, just anytime you're at Wrigley, you're just like, oh, this is magical, dude. Just the skyline and all that stuff. So, but playing that would be epic, just because it's hometown. And
all right, how about there?
There you go.
I don't know why. For some reason, it's aligned the audio.
What?
Yeah. So
hey, Autumn, go Cubbies. See,
cool.
Brenda,
what I was saying was Red Rock. That would be like an awesome venue, just because of the way. I mean, the venue itself is really cool. Being like stuck down there, and then the whole like Coliseum stairwell sort of deal.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
That would be a cool venue.
I saw a Metallica thing there. They did a Metallica, like they did a concert there, and it was a long time ago. But they said how the sound was just epic.
Yeah, the acoustics there got to be awesome.
So I've heard about Red Rock, and you guys are probably like the 10th or 11th band that has told us Red Rock. That's probably, other than like doing Bakken and doing that festival.
Yeah.
That's like the one that we've gotten the most. Either that or Madison Square Garden. We've got that.
Yeah.
As far as like overseas, I mean, I don't know. I mean, when I think overseas, I guess I'm thinking like Europe and stuff like that. But South America, I know like Brazil and even Mexico and stuff like that, bro. Those crowds over there are just ridiculous. Like it's like the old arena concerts where it's just like an ocean of people. It just goes on forever. So
see, I would want to play like Sydney, Australia.
Yeah,
that's another one.
Just like that, the flight getting there is going to be fun.
Like, I know.
Right? Imagine. Ugh.
Like I want to play that like outside venue that's real popular in Sydney. That's got the I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but like I would want to play there so bad.
Yeah.
Australia's metal scene, like it would either be Australia or the UK.
Oh, UK is totally metal. Yeah, the
UK.
I think maybe we should go to Finland. How about that one? That one right there.
No,
Finland has one.
Oh, we're going Sweden. Sweden.
You do Sweden, you're talking metal now.
We'll have to amp up our game to go to Sweden now.
Dude, some of my favorite bands come from Sweden.
You're talking In Flames, Soilwork, all those guys.
Wasn't Trivium from Sweden? No, Avatar. I think Avatar was from Sweden.
Trivium's from Orlando.
Orlando, yeah. They were from Orlando, yeah.
We're all over the place. We don't even know where we're going.
We're talking like Avatar, Ghost,
Ghost, yep.
In Flames, all those guys are from Sweden. So hell yeah, let's go to fucking Sweden.
I'll go to Germany too.
All right, so on that, I guess Charlie is up to either pick or roll.
53.
53 it is. What is your favorite meal to cook?
You don't cook.
What's your favorite meal to cook?
Well, yes.
It cannot be microwaved.
No, it would be Spanish
microwave
food.
oven.
So I'm from Puerto Rico. My whole family is Puerto Rican background. So
okay,
a lot of stuff with like rice and beans, pork chops, stuff like that. Pionono, mondongo, mofongo, fucking list goes on and on.
I love it.
Right?
Yeah.
I say I'm good. I'm good with anything. I love fucking spicy food. That's like my number one. Anything, whether it's Spanish, Mexican, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, Mexican food, but if it's Mexican, it's got to be like genuine Mexican. It can't be like Taco Bell shit.
No.
No.
That's not lettuce in a taco shell.
Lettuce in a shell.
I
have a feeling Eric's gonna say pizza, Chicago pizza.
Oh, pizza 100, but I don't like to cook the pizza. I like to eat the pizza.
Well, you have to cook the pizza, and it's you can't do it in a microwave.
I know, but they said favorite to cook, not favorite thing to eat. My favorite thing to cook would just be barbecuing. Anything on the grill. My things that aren't supposed to be on the grill. Bacon, pizza rolls, weird things on the grill is usually a good time.
Okay.
You know, hey, pizza on a grill is actually really good. If you got like the slate slab, you can put in there and put that fucking pizza
I have
there.
a Blackstone pizza cooker. It cooks a pizza in like 45 seconds. I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See? Too
All
smart?
right. So what do you do on your pizza?
Oh, I mean, just basic pepperoni. I mean, I like Italian beef on my pizza, another Chicago thing probably. But my main pizza 90% of the time is pepperoni, maybe pepperoni bacon, but
Bacon.
pretty simple.
See, I'm fucked up. Everybody like looks at me in disgust when I say mine. Number one, I mix hot sauce in the fucking pizza sauce.
Oh, they do that out here. There's a place called Blaze. It's got hot like, red sauce.
Yeah,
it is awesome. When I make my pizzas here, because we bought this pizza oven on Amazon. It's literally got the stove, like the little whatever, but it has like a lid that comes down and it cooks it from the top and the bottom, and you're on the stone slab. And when we make the pizzas here, I literally put like cayenne pepper in the red sauce because it's just.
Oh, I'd be down with that.
Yeah, it's great, man.
So mine's like hot sauce in the pizza sauce and pepperoni and anchovies.
Oh, yep, you lost me there.
Yeah. I'm going pepperoni, pineapple.
No pie. You guys fucked up a good pizza.
I could do pineapple.
Pineapple's good. You put some pineapple on there, and you put yourself some jalapenos on there, and then we'll talk about it. You can't say shit until you try it.
No,
this is true.
No, you put pineapple, Canadian bacon, and jalapenos, and I can get on that.
Changes it.
We actually have a little pizza joint that does brick oven pizza. That's all they do. They actually have this badass pizza that's artichoke, fire roasted tomatoes, and mushrooms.
There's a lot of things on there I hate.
Pizza your thing, but I call pizza my thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you're from Chicago. You gotta mushrooms. Gotta. Yeah, I can't do mushrooms.
Gotta have mushrooms.
I can't have mushrooms. I can't have chunks of tomato like Uno's. Oh, that's like the worst.
Oh yeah.
Sauce
I hate tomatoes,
ever.
so
Like it's just nasty. But I can have like the sauces, but I can't eat chunky tomato stuff. Anchovies.
I can't either.
No.
Yeah,
Artichoke.
like you get the brick oven pizza with like the sun dried tomatoes on it and stuff, man. That's good stuff.
Hey, I could tolerate that, but but I still won't put it on my pizza. Pizza's like sausage, green pepper, and onion. Bam, that's it. And cheese.
I can't do onion because I'm allergic to it.
Well, not like chunk. I'm like, we can't do like I can't do like, hey, I'm gonna cut a whole freaking onion and just drop it on there like some of these pizza places do. Like it has to be diced up because I'm like chewing into a half an onion. It's like this is just an onion pizza. It's just some of these places. I'm like, dude, cut your goddamn onions, man. I'm like, I want the McDonald's version of like the little, what is it? The double cheeseburger onions. Like they're really fine.
McDonald's give you that.
I can't even do those. Like I can do caramelized onions. It'll just make my face go numb for about 30 minutes.
Oh jeez.
But you can't have the powder either because the powder makes you all jacked up too.
Yeah, well, it makes my face go numb.
Think about the powder, and that's in everything. It's like, how do you get around that? Like, especially the powder, because.
Yeah, I do. I still do the powder. I just can't do raw. Raw put me in the emergency room.
Yeah, we don't even know if the powder's real.
Yeah, and I can't do mustard either. Anything like barbecue that's mustard based, I can't do it because it'll fucking kill me.
All right, well here's a good one. What's your base for a barbecue then? Barbecue sauce. You got vinegar and then ketchup.
Aaron, you're not the one asking questions.
Hey, what's your number? Give me a number real quick.
There is that question in there. You can do an interview switch. You just got to pick the right number.
Wait, who's interviewing who? No. So,
I like vinegar and I like ketchup, but no mustard.
But it depends on the brand. Like I can't do vinegar, but there's a certain brand that's up in Chicago. I can't remember the name of it. It's like I know it when I see the bottle, but man, it's like vinegar barbecue is like it's a weird thing.
I got you. So bonus question for all of you.
Oh,
what was that one point in your life that you decide you want to be a musician? Was it a band? Was it a music video? What was that one instance that made you be like, I want to be a musician. This is exactly what I want to do. It's like, I know for me, I was an MTV kid. I loved MTV.
Wait, what's MTV? I'm just joking.
Don't hurt me like that.
No, you're good, man.
MTV.
Where's that button at?
Yeah, right.
I was like, y'all gotta
Oh,
be around.
sorry, bad
Y'all
connection.
gotta be around the same age as me. Like, you gotta be.
Yeah,
So, for me, it was like watching MTV, and the first time I ever seen Motorhead, and I seen the video for Ace of Spades. I immediately knew that I wanted to play music and I wanted to be a bass player.
Oh yeah.
Mine's probably MTV based a little bit, just basically when I was younger growing up, it was anything Guns N' Roses. It was the Paradise City video, it was Welcome to the Jungle. It was the whole.
Hell yeah, keep talking.
That's what it was for me. I don't know if there was an exact moment where it's like, this is what I want to do, but I was like, that sounds
You're
bad.
listening to Guns N' Roses. I get it.
Yeah. Now, for me, it was definitely MTV also. I mean, probably further back. I'm an 80s kid. So, like a lot of the hair bands and stuff like that. But it was MTV and VH1, It was a skater, a lot of the skater punk bands and stuff, a lot of the British punk bands and stuff. And I don't know, music was just a thing, bro. It's like the universal language, Everybody can get into it. Everybody can relate. So
Definitely.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, music has been generation in my family, and Eric's got this too. But like I've been around it since birth. Like my dad was a musician. He would be in bands, and I go see him play at bars when I'm like 5 years old. So it's like I've been around it. So I'm like, once you start seeing, and then bands that I grew up with in Chicago, like your brother's band, Eric, was the 86 Strict, growing up around them, you've seen them, and you're just like, man, that looks really fun. And like being a left-handed guitarist, it was a bitch back in the the 90s. It's like you can't find the damn left-handed guitar anywhere. They're not like mass produced. So I'm getting like these really shitty Chinese knockoffs, and then I restring a right-handed guitar. But yeah, I mean, my dad got me my first acoustic, and it was right-handed, and I learned how to play that, and I just sucked at it, and I flipped it over, did the Jimi Hendrix style, and I was okay at it, and then I just restrung it. I was like, screw this is just that way. And then and watching MTV, watching Metallica, on MTV and all that other stuff, and just being around other like-minded musicians that are my age, are like, hey, let's just start a band. And you're just screwing around. He's like, I'm gonna learn how to play that song. Well, can't play that one. We're gonna go play punk songs because they're easy. So
This is what I'm doing.
yeah, little Green Day.
I mean, really, to kind of play into what you're saying, like the first type of music I started playing before I got into like metal and what I play now was pop punk.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's just like, it's because they're all 4 chords. I mean, the first thing you learn is power chords. I mean, and then you find drop D, and you're like, what is this? And now it's like,
what tuning do y'all play in?
A lot. So yeah, so this magical thing called the drop pedal, so it helps a lot with like the stuff we do. Steve sings. When we started with Steve, we had to figure out his sweet spot for like what key he can sing in better. So we kind of found the key, and then we found the tuning, which is actually complements his vocal range, and he can hit really high stuff. So
I can make this a whole lot shorter. We started off standard, and then a few songs in, we went down to a half step.
Yeah,
okay.
Half step.
Gotcha. Because like my band, we play everything in drop A.
Oh yeah,
yeah, real low.
But here's the kicker: we have a female vocalist.
Damn. Well, she can hit high notes then. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. She is amazing.
Wow.
She is.
All right, so I think who's up? I think it
back to me.
Back there.
Oh.
Eric.
1.
Number 1. If you could play any other type of music than the type you are playing, what would you play?
Oh, nothing. I would not play any other music than the music that I play. And that's why I play it, because I like it.
I love that answer.
As easy as that. I do what I do, and I do not have a wide palette when it comes to music. There's like 4
No.
bands I like, and then a few songs from everybody else. I don't think there's very much good music out there. I'm going to be honest with you.
All right.
That's
why you make your own.
I love that guy.
Thank you.
Oh man.
Although I did say that if I didn't play metal, I would play ska, but I do like ska.
See, I'm the
Oh,
type.
yeah.
I'll just play all different
Who
kinds. Of
doesn't
stuff.
like
I
that?
like it. I'll try. Oh.
I mean, who doesn't like Sublime and No Doubt? And
Oh,
Mighty
Pepper,
Mighty
man. I'm a
Bosco?
huge Pepper fan. You know Pepper, right? You've heard of Pepper, right?
I mean, there's
Yeah.
probably definitely music that sounds like would be fun to play, even if I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's fun. But yeah, for the most part, you know, I play what I like, and that's what, you know, makes me me.
That's what I'm doing. I'm
All right.
grown.
How about you, Charlie?
God, I grew up listening to like all kinds of different music because once again, being from a Spanish background, my parents listened to a lot of Spanish music.
Yeah.
Then, I mean, classical music, even country music, because my first wife was into country music and stuff like that. But I would say if I wasn't doing this, like the genre that we're doing now, if I could probably do anything else, I like. There's a lot of Spanish artists that are doing rock music in Spanish that I really like. And so that it'd be an interesting genre to do. I mean, it's very similar to like some of the stuff that we're doing, but obviously it's in Spanish. But yeah, if I were to do anything, it would probably be something like that.
Dude, Spanish metal is actually really good. You've heard. I don't even know some of the bands because I don't understand it, but it's like they come out with some kick-ass shit.
Oh,
Yeah, there's some really there's some really heavy fucking ones out there. Excuse my language.
No, you can fucking cuss all you want. It's all right.
Oh Lord, open the floodgates.
Uh-oh. There is
There you
no filter. Gosh. All right. For me, it depends. Okay, so does it have to be a genre that's current, or it's like, because like I listen to some like really old shit, like you know, like Sinatra, and I love that shit. Like it's kind of like out of my realm. We're like totally all metal and hardcore shit here, and I'm like, I'll go listen to some like old 40s and 50s shit, and it's just sometimes it's relaxing. So I would probably do that shit. Like even like Beach Boys, man. I love the Beach Boys. I'll do that kind of stuff.
That kind of goes into me. Like, I don't listen if I'm going to write. Like, if I'm in the studio or I'm doing something, I'm recording. I don't listen to metal because I feel like if I'm listening to metal and I'm listening to a particular band, the shit that I write tends to start to kind of sound like them.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So if I know I'm going to write, like I'll listen to stuff like Post Malone, The Weeknd, stuff like that. I even get onto like the country rock stuff. Like I like that guy Hardy that's come out. I listen to him and shit like that. But I don't. If I'm going to record and I'm going to write music, I will not listen to metal. Like the entire time, I won't listen to. I'll listen to hip hop. I'll listen to whatever else, whatever is away from my genre. I won't listen to my genre at all.
It would totally make sense because then you just, like you said, it'll actually start sounding like them, and then you're like, well, now I just ripped off that riff. How do we change that one note just to not get sued?
Right.
Just enough to not get sued. I think that's like my go-to thing for every interview we do, Charlie. Change it just enough.
Just enough.
Well, thanks for giving away all of our secrets, Aaron.
All right, good job, Vanilla Ice.
All down.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. Ding,
It's
ding,
not
ding,
the
ding,
same.
I didn't rip off Queen at all. I changed it half a step.
Oh gosh.
Queen's goes this, mine goes that.
I can't believe you said that. I was like, you can't be real.
That was like fucking painful watching that interview.
See, y'all know exactly what interview
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about.
Like, are you seriously trying to justify this, dude? Like, what the hell?
Do it.
It's like it's like changing the, like you have the same riff, but then changing the key of it and calling it original. It's like it's the same freaking thing, just different key, man.
So,
Only so many notes that can be played.
You're right.
So how do you guys feel about doing covers?
I mean, I
Do
like
you
doing
feel
them.
like
but-
they should be done, or do you feel like there's really not a place for them?
No,
Yeah, I'd like.
there's a place for them.
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mind doing covers. I mean, I think that like the idea here was to be, obviously an original band and do original material and stuff. So like covering somebody's music for a recording, not really. But like for live shows and stuff, I think it's fun to take like you pick like one or two songs that are popular, but not really your genre, right? Like some pop songs, I don't know, even hell a Taylor Swift song or something like that, and then do like a metal version
Yeah.
of it.
You know, But
cover
that's
it.
the sad thing is like bands do that shit. Like I Prevail, they did that, and then
Yeah.
they got signed right after that. They didn't get signed for their own shit.
You
They
listen
got
to the
signed for
song,
covering
it's
it.
song, and it's like,
You're
oh,
like,
this is a
what
Taylor Swift song. It's like, what?
Yeah, they did Taylor Swift's Blank
Right.
Space.
Right.
I feel there's a few train of thoughts when it comes to covers. Some are like, do you do what influenced you and the music you like? Like, I want to play the music I like, so that's what I want to do. But the covers are for the people in the audience. So it's like, then you like they said, you kind of sell out, play something you really don't like, but the 50 random people in the bar are going to like it. So there's got to be a happy medium. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think like covers are good just to kind of have fun at a live show.
Yes, battle myself. Like, hey, that was a
See,
fun.
to me, the person that really nailed the covers, and I call him the king of covers because he takes them, he covers them, but he covers them his way. And he's laughing because I know he knows what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah.
Hands down, he can take something
Now
and turn it into his style and recreate it.
Well, that's another one that made him a big hit. It was the
Sweet Dreams.
The Sweet Dreams. Yeah.
But that's another thing. It's I have a buddy who swears by the philosophy. Do they make it their own way because they can't play it right and they can't figure it out and they just make it their own way even though I can't play it? Or did they actually improve the song and make it better?
I think Marilyn Manson made it better, honestly.
Oh, that song, absolutely.
I mean,
yeah.
that's once again like these are people that are they're actually taking the cover song and recording it to put it on their album and stuff. I'm not really keen on that because it's kind of like using samples and stuff. You're using somebody else's material to sell as yours.
Right.
I mean, some bands pull it off. Disturbed, I think, does a great job when they do. They cover songs. They do like one cover per album or stuff. They do a great job of it. But to me, it's something fun to do when you're playing live. Like pick a really popular song that everybody knows, make it a metal version, have fun with it in that live environment.
Well, it makes you wonder: is the label really pushing for the band to do a cover for the album versus the band saying, "Hey, that was really cool. Let's do that," and it had a good draw live. So why not put it on there?
Bands like Five Finger Death Punch that have nothing but covers on the radio. I don't even know one Five Finger Death Punch original song, but I know every cover they play.
And
Did Bad Company, I think they recently did.
And if you wanted an album similar to like Garage Days, like Metallica did, like a whole fun album just dedicated to your influence, your covers.
Yeah, that's like playing all the bands that like really sparked your shit when you were a teenager.
Right. Like I could see doing that to some extent, but yeah, for the most part, I'm all about the original music. Maybe like
that's like I respected Foo Fighters when they did "Darling Nikki" for Prince. They never recorded it for an album, but they play it live.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not that was a dispute or whatever, I've heard stories that they wanted to do it live, wanted to do it on a record, but whatever, nobody would let them do it, so they just did it live. Like I've heard it recorded, but it was somebody recording it at a live show.
Right. Yeah.
Like we could get away with it live, but we can't record it, on an album because Prince's people won't let us do it. So
right, but it's technically recorded and out there, so it's not like right. I mean, my favorite cover was by Chris Cornell, and it was a mashup of One from Metallica and U2. If you haven't heard that, it was he was trying to learn. I believe it was the U2 version, but then he found. So he played the music from U2, but he was looking for the lyrics for it, and he found one's version or Metallica's one, and then he just sang over that. But like the melody of U2, holy shit, man, it was sick.
I would not care if I ever heard a U2 song again for as long as I live. I can't. I think U2 is the biggest overrated of all like the powerhouse bands in the world. U2 is the one I just cannot stand.
You know what,
man? Chris Cornell's singing it, so it sounds good.
It's funny because like U2 was a band that was out when I was a teenager and stuff. They were just starting out and stuff, and like all the stuff they had then, I was like, I don't, because I was into like hardcore punk and stuff. All my friends that were like, oh, The Cure, oh, U2 and stuff. I was like, that's not punk. I don't want to hear it, And then so like much later, U2 became like this huge band, and I don't like any of their new stuff. I listen to their stuff. It's like all their old stuff, like when they were doing Sunday Bloody Sunday, or the first two, 3 albums and stuff. It's like, okay, that stuff I like. Don't like any of the new stuff,
No,
but like Aaron's talking about like favorite covers and stuff. So once again, I was a skater kid. There was this band called 7 Seconds. They did a cover of 99 Red Balloons. It was a punk band. They did a punk version of that, which Goldfinger has now gone and done a punk version of it also. But like the old 80s version from 7 Seconds, man, that was just an awesome cover.
See, I've only heard the one from the punk cover that was more recent by Goldfinger.
Goldfinger, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one I've ever heard.
Yeah, no, there used to be this band called 7 Seconds that did a cover of it back in the 80s. It was great.
Okay. All right. So another bonus question. If you guys could tour with any 3 bands of your choice, who would you tour with? Within your genre. Dead or alive, it doesn't matter.
I mean,
that's a good one.
I mean, me being me, I'd want to play with bands that I was big fans of. So I would love to play with the Guns N' Roses, the Metallica, the AC/DC. Now, do I think our music fits that style best? No, I would probably see us more with like a Breaking Benjamin, Tool.
Yeah.
Something like
I say Tool because y'all sound so much like Tool.
I don't think that's ever going to work. Yeah. I don't think Tool will do that.
I did. When I heard y'all for the first time, I was like, "This is very reminiscent of Tool," and I love it.
I mean, it depends on which way you're going with that question. I would love to be on the road with Slash and Axl, 100%.
Right?
Probably not, but I would have fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Never meet your heroes.
You talk about the Roses. You should have seen this one when we interviewed Bumblefoot back in Memorial Day. We had Bumblefoot on, and she lost her shit.
Well, one, it was like what, our like second interview? Are you serious? Fourth? Okay.
Hey, Bumblefoot.
Here, why don't you just have Bumblefoot? You just loved him your whole entire life. Don't worry about it. Bye. He's over there laughing, but
I would probably pick something. I don't know. I mean, bands that I've gone out and seen live and stuff like that. So if we were touring with anybody, like a band like Seven Dust. Seven Dust is a great live show.
Yeah, everyone tours with Seven Dust.
Seven Dust.
Yeah. El Nino, like back when they had Christian Machado as the vocalist, was a great show. Lots of energy. That would be somebody to tour with. That would be really cool. Nothing More, amazing band, great live show.
Yes, they are.
And then, like I just recently went to see Dayseeker, and I was fucking blown away by those guys, man. I mean, really, really clean sound, great stage presence, great presentation. Very professional, man. I was like, I would like if we were to go on tour. They say like when you're into sports or anything like that, if you want to get better, you got to play with people who are better than you are, right?
Yeah.
Same thing in music. I think if you go tour with bands that are on that level, then it forces you to up your game.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
I'm simple. I mean, anything Mark Tremonti's doing, I'm just gonna follow him. You could be Tremonti, it could be Alter Bridge, it can be Creed. There you go. All three of those.
All three of those. Yeah, there we go.
All right. Well, okay, a Nickelback. We'll throw some Nickelback. You can start
The
seeing my
Tremonti
generation.
trifecta.
Damn,
Right.
you're just saying
Right.
Nickelback.
Oh yeah, man. I love me some
Hey,
Nickelback.
I love Nickelback too. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because those guys, they catch so much hate because I don't know when it just became popular to hate Nickelback, right?
MySpace.
And then everybody's
era.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, his voice is so But
Hey,
they're
I
a good
think
band. Like the music they write
think
is
they
good.
made-
The guitar
They
riffs
have the
and
most Grammys
their
ever.
guitar riffs, their guitar tone. I love their tone.
Their tone's awesome. Yeah.
They're a great band. I just think it just became popular to hate them. You know?
Well, I mean, if you saw that documentary on Netflix, I mean, they kind of went over what happened. It's just they just produced radio friendly songs. They figured out the formula without actually knowing what they did. So it's like everything they wrote was just like a freaking hit. And
Yeah.
so, and I mean, they have some banging riffs especially from back then. Like that was like, holy shit, no one was producing riffs like that.
Yeah, they definitely. I mean, not all their stuffs are home runs. There's some bad songs for sure, but
Yeah.
some good stuff in there.
I mean, I throw Stained in that mix of touring with them, but man, they freaking boring ass live. I saw them at Rockville. I'm like, dude, Aaron Lewis needs to step up his game. Just sitting there. I'm like, all right, this is boring, but good voice, great singer. Just man, it's like you almost want to be with bands that have energy.
Right.
Play with the band that has an energy.
Show.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I mean, you'll hear some bands like it's great on the album. They sound amazing and stuff. And I mean, they still sound just as good live, but like the presentation is like Aaron said, you know, it's kind of boring to watch, you know. It's
That's a
like
shit
you might as well
face,
just
and you're
stay at
like,
home and
Yeah,
just
that's
listen to
Aaron
records. But that's one of the reasons like I love Il Nino. Il Nino has like so much energy on stage. I went to see them. This was back in God, I want to say like 2003 timeframe. They were with Godsmack and a couple other bands.
That
And
would
they
be
were
a good
actually
one
opening for
to do.
Godsmack. So they had like, you know, the little stage setup, not a whole lot of lights and stuff like that. Godsmack was the headliner, so they had like the full thing. But I still felt like El Nino put on a much more energetic show than Godsmack did.
Is that
Those guys
Spanish
are just
for the
fun.
Nino?
What's that?
Is that Spanish for the Nino?
El Nino.
The Nino? Come on, you guys know that
Well,
skit. Come
The
on.
Nino would be El Nino, like EL, you know?
I know. Come on. That's when Saturday Night Live was actually good. Oh, I think that's Chris Farley that did that.
All right.
and
So
I'm making a whole list of haters here. Friggin' Saturday Night Live. They're gonna
I
Aaron.
we're never gonna be able to play Saturday Night Live now. Sorry.
it's all right. I know somebody. I got
All right, there we go.
I got you covered, man.
All right.
actually I just guest co-hosted on a podcast the other night, and we actually interviewed one of the actresses that just did that new movie Saturday Night that's out in theaters right now. That's about Saturday Night Live.
Oh, it's crazy. You know, the theory is that all the people that are coming to that show all went to a different comedian school or comedy school than what the original cast from the 80s did. They're all from this specific area, but like all the new people are taught differently. And then that's kind of like, it's like a group thing. I don't know. It's like, I researched the weirdest shit. I don't know. I'm like, why does this suck? Let me research it.
Started was like, it was like the National Lampoon guys, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was all Chevy Chase and John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd.
And that's when
all
it was
of
like
them.
freaking epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when all the movies back in the day were epic because they were character based. And then they made movies on these characters. And then now we don't have anything like that. It's like smear campaigns for everything that we do on Saturday Night Live, or they kind of like mimic other celebrities. That's like their go-to thing now.
Oh yeah.
Eric's like laughing his ass off over there.
Hell, even bands do that nowadays.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep.
All right. So which one of you is next?
Who just
I
went?
think Aaron.
Eric, I'll do. Oh, since we're doing numbers, let's do 3.
Number 3. All right. Imagine this.
3-1.
You
Let me see where I'm
guys
going with
are in Las Vegas.
Uh-oh.
2 of you are in the back of a cop car. One
That's
of you is probably going to be bailing you guys out. So tell us what happened. What'd you guys do?
I'll
Sure.
start.
Well, I'm in the cop car.
It was a
'cause I ain't
tiger.
bailing
We're trying to get a
anybody
tiger.
out.
You're always in the cop car. What are you talking about?
Alcohol, drugs, strippers. We're in Vegas, right? Aaron's bailing us out for sure.
All
Yeah.
right. See,
Yeah, it's probably Aaron bailing us out, and
Hiding
we're not
it
even
from
counting
everyone's
Josh and
family.
Steve in this. But even if Josh and Steve were here, I think it'd be me and Eric in the cop car, bro. Okay, sure.
Oh yeah.
And Aaron's bailing us out. Aaron, start saving your money.
All
Better
right.
get
well,
ready.
we're-
They already have this planned. It sounds like.
Yeah, it's happening. It's happening.
Spent it at the casino.
Already
guys.
Put that shit on the calendar.
Pencil it
You
in.
have this number memorized.
We'll headline a stage on Fremont Street, and then I'll get arrested. It'll be fun.
For trashing a hotel. There you go.
You have a little too much fun.
It's because you want to relive the '80s bands that you grew up with, like some Motley Crue shit, and
Yeah,
you start
Motley Crue
trashing shit.
Right.
I've had my share of stories on Fremont Street. So
Yeah, I'm not. What is it? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. 'Cause,
I tried to, but there's
Except for
dispensaries and tons of alcohol.
that's exactly why it stays there. You're supposed to.
I know.
forget
I've
what happened.
there days in Vegas because, I know one of the worst ones is I was staying at the Strat, and there's that dispensary right across the street, Cookies.
Nice.
So I went over there, and I'm like, shit, I could buy this shit legally. Sweet. So I go stand in line. I'm talking to the girl, and she was like, I just want some vape pens. And she was like, oh, what do you want? And I'm like, just give me a variety of different strengths. And she's like, all right. So she gives me 4 of them. And she's like, this one right here is really potent. I'm like, oh, whatever. And she was like, this is called Bruce Banner. And I should have known as a comic book fan, I know who Bruce Banner is. It's the Hulk. But it didn't register for some reason because I'm in Vegas. So I'm like, hey, y'all, this is called Bruce Banner. We're hitting this shit in the fucking Uber on the way to go to the sugar factory. So we go over there to Sugar Factory. We do this breakfast that comes with unlimited mimosas. Well, first, I didn't know it was going to come in a goddamn fish bowl. So it comes in this giant fish bowl of however much mimosa you can fucking drink. Well, I'm already stoned out of my goddamn mind. So I start downing these damn mimosas like crazy because you can't really tell how much alcohol is in there because it tastes so good. And then it's loaded up with goddamn gummy bears. So you're eating food, gummy bears, all that shit. I get done. By the time we leave, I barely remember leaving. All I remember is waking up, realizing where I was at 9 o'clock that night, and I'm in fucking Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. How the fuck I got there, I don't know. I have no clue. What I did throughout the whole span of the day, I don't know. I don't fucking remember.
all you need to know is it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Right.
Oh,
You had a
well,
good
it was
time.
5 o'clock all goddamn day, starting at 9 a.m. It never stopped.
Oh.
Never stopped. All right, so bonus question. We always ask this. We always throw it in because we do love our horror films here.
Oh man, hear me too.
If you are locked in a house for 24 hours with any horror icon, who would it be? Now you got to keep in mind, do you want to survive or do you want to die really fast?
Well, it's obvious. The obvious answer is Michael Myers. He's the OG. That's it.
Oh,
Bottom.
you're dying. You're dead.
That's it. If you're gonna go, you might as well go.
Man, that's a hard one.
I
mean,
mean, you could
we-
strategize.
Yeah,
just-
I'd
we-
probably Freddy Krueger. I was a big fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Fair
we
enough.
just end up letting our kid watch all the horror movies. We did Halloween, and he's like, "This is slow. It sucks." I'm like, "Yeah, they get better because throughout
They
the
don't
year,
get- One is the best.
the first one's like, did they just do this with a cheap budget?" And then then we started watching all the Friday the 13th, and we watched them all, and we're like, oh yeah, there's is there supposed to be plots in these movies? I I don't even think I've ever seen these. This
You
is
know
like
what?
the first year
You
I
guys
watched
should-
it.
You
like,
got
what are the-
to stick to your Marvel Universe movies. Leave those
Hey!
horror movies alone.
Hey, I love Marvel too. I'm
Come
a big
on, man.
Marvel
Fuck
fan
all that.
too. So
I'm a DC
I
guy.
think it's one of the things that like the whole movie industry is suffering from this, man. Because I remember when I was a kid, man, we'd watch scary movies, and like maybe part of it is because you're a kid and everything's scary when you're a kid, but like
Yeah.
I think movies back then, the story of the movie was actually a lot scarier. You know, nowadays
Yeah.
horror movies are more about the jump scare and
Yeah.
just keeping you constantly anxious while you're sitting in the seat, but it's not really a scary story. Like you're nervous while you're there at the theater, but afterwards, like, oh yeah, that was cool, and you just go about your day. You know, when I was a kid, you watch scary movies, man, and that shit would sit with you for 3 or 4 days. Like you were turning on the lights in the house at night, you were
You need
running to your
whole-
bed.
a whole low budget B-rated horror movie. You need teenagers, underage drinking. You need
You know what's funny? It's like
you need everything. You need them
My-
being stabbed through a sleeping bag. That's what 80s horror is all about. It's great.
my 10-year-old was like, why is it that the women that start to take their clothes off are the ones that are dying? I'm like, he's like, is it
Always.
like, are you not supposed to have sex? He's like, is that what they're trying to get here? It's like, well, the people that are about to have
It's
sex
always that
die.
way, bro. It's like
It's like-
that's like the predictable thing, you know. Like you're watching, like, yeah, you're dead.
yeah, you're taking
You're
your
dying
bra
next.
off. You're good.
If you can't remember going into a video store as a kid and flipping the back covers to what looks good, like, oh, this one
Oh
looks
yeah, that's
Judge
all we
book
did.
by
It's just
cover that whole thing. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
those are the best weekends as a
oh,
kid.
yeah, see, like
absolutely.
me growing up, my great grandparents, like if I did good through the week and I did all my chores, I did what I was supposed to do, my great grandfather would take me first to the comic book store. So I could pick out a few comics and I'd get like a comic or two. And then if y'all remember Pogs, I was
Yeah.
big into
Oh
Pogs.
yeah,
So I'd get some Pogs and a Slammer.
slammer.
And then next door was the video store. So I'd go get like 2 horror movies, which it was like at that time it was like 25 cents to
That's
rent
right,
one.
right there. Boom.
Yeah,
And I used
remember.
to pick horror films just off the cover.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What was
And
that? The one with the leprechaun. I remember that one. Was it
called
called Leprechaun? Oh wow,
Yeah.
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 I was like,
Well,
I remember the
that's-
cover. The cover, yeah, it's got to
That's
be.
one of my answers. Like if I'm in a house for 24 hours with a horror icon, it's either going to be a leprechaun, just give him the goddamn gold and call it a day,
Right.
or the creature from the Black Lagoon. It's a fucking fish, and
Oh,
it can
that was a
only
good one.
breathe out of
Yeah.
water for so long, and it's going to fucking croak and die.
See,
Now she created a goddamn cheat code that says, Christine, just don't get in the car.
I
leave the car outside.
fall asleep in the first 24 hours, so don't fall asleep.
So that's some cheating ass shit, if you ask
Yeah.
me.
Hey, you said any. It's not my fault.
I did. You figured it out. All right. So since he brought up Marvel, last question: what is your favorite Marvel film?
None.
Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Zero.
I'd probably say like the first Iron Man.
Okay.
You know, the first Iron Man was a good one.
And I will say
Especially
that
that
I
whole
say-
bit when he first comes out in the suit and they're actually playing Black Sabbath in the background and stuff. It's
That was
pretty
cool.
Yeah.
good.
That
I'll
was cool.
go Batman, even though it's not Marvel. If I had to pick a superhero, it would be Batman.
Oh,
Oh,
you're gonna start her on a fucking.
Wait, which Batman? Because there's a
I-
shit
It
ton of
doesn't
them.
matter.
I
It does
said-
not matter. He said Batman.
The Batman. I'm a
I don't
DC
like
guy
it.
too. I grew up on DC.
Members that love Batman as I love like Michael Myers and Guns N' Roses. Batman's
Oh,
there.
yeah.
So I'll
Yeah.
stick up for my family and say Batman. I could care less.
See, family. He said family.
See, I'm the oddball. Like with me with DC, it's Blue Beetle. I love fucking Blue
Really?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna spray some raid on you.
That's a deep cut.
Oh.
I love the Blue Beetle movie.
We're
Love
talking
it.
B-sides here. B-sides, Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Marvel, again, I'm a fucking weirdo with Marvel. Now,
You're
I
all
do love Deadpool. Love Deadpool. But my favorite character in Marvel growing up as a comic book was actually Moon Knight. And I loved the series.
So wait, was
I haven't watched that series yet.
I used to love. Is Ghost Rider Marvel?
Yes.
Yeah, so that would be mine because I freaking love Ghost. I mean, I still read the Ghost Rider shit right now, but it's
This is my
I've
limit
always liked it. But see, there you go. See, Eric's got every good like guitar that he has a sticker from some horror film. It's like
all my guitars are horror things.
We're gonna be Ice Nine Kills Part 2.
No, we're not.
Our next album's gonna be nothing about horror films.
Okay.
No, I want to write about horror films. I just enjoy watching them.
And putting stickers on your guitar. But yeah, like I'm an artist. I like to draw. So growing up, DC always had the better art, in my opinion. So
Right.
I gravitated towards the dark because there was just lots of dark figures in the way the artist drew those stuff. So I always gravitated towards DC. And then, you know, obviously, if you're an '80s baby, when Batman came out with Michael Keaton, you're like, "Holy shit, this is freaking awesome!" But
Right. Definitely. So, last thing. Where do you guys like to talk to your fans the most? What platform do you use? Where can they get your music? And most importantly, if you have merch, where can they get that?
Aaron, this is you.
all right, so every social media platform, but so Facebook, we are on what's called 3-to-1 band. So three, like write it out,
Spell it out.
THREETOONE band. So you can find us there. We have a link tree, so 3-to-1 band, is the link tree, and that has everything like the Instagram, Spotify, music and stuff like that. We actually, what we really need, and it's stupid. This is stupid. We need to, we need to get our Twitter account up and running like better. So if you could follow us on Twitter, we need 1,000 people so we can go live on Twitter. So
Right.
I'm sorry. TikTok.
Heck, Aaron, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but I got your back.
Yeah.
Oh, we going TikTok? Well, you got to find me.
Yes, I'll find you. We'll definitely find you. Follow for
Sound ejection is on there.
Yeah, so TikTok, we want to go live and do our rehearsals and all that stuff on there because honestly, that's kind of a lot where like a lot of people find music nowadays.
Yeah, it really is. It's a big platform.
But Facebook is like really kind of like what the most bands use as a website nowadays too. Or actually, Linktree is really what most bands use, but they also forward it to Facebook.
Yeah,
but
Facebook's our main home for the most part, but you can find us a little bit everywhere.
Yeah, and it's 3-to-1 band on all of them. I made it consistent there, so.
Yeah, all right. Awesome.
Excellent. So on that, we are out of here. Before we leave, though, we are actually going to play one of their lyric videos for one of their songs for you that are watching. So we're going to play the song Clutch. We love you guys. Until tomorrow. We'll see you later. You know what to do. Don't drink and drive. Wrap your tool and make good decisions.
And don't get caught.
Don't get caught.
Everybody. Love everybody. Anyways, we're out of here. We love y'all. Good night.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.